Hey guys, here's my analysis of the pound for pound number 13, Mickey Mantle. I hope you enjoy it.
He's the only switch hitter in the top, about 50. The next switch hitter is Ozzy Albies, who's he's actually number 50, ranked number 50. So there are two in the top 50. Um, Mantle played from 1951 to 1968, weighed 100, is listed at 195 pounds. Had 8,102 at bats and 536 home runs. That's a home run every 15.12 at bats. And his batting average was 298. His pound for pound score, excuse me, is 323. There are only about 35 guys total in the 300s in the pound for pound score. Again, my pound for pound score is the same as it was last time. So if you have the Swing Like Griffey book, it's just like that, except for we add the batting average to that score and then divide by 2. So we're factoring in batting average as well. You guys wanted that, so that's what I'm doing. You guys wanted a little bit more consistency involved, and I think that's probably a good idea. So that's what I did. But honestly, it doesn't change the pound for pound list too much, anyways. As I've said before, no matter what we've done with the pound for pound list, it pretty much is the same guys at the top. If you use OPS plus or slugging or some variation like Sonny Kim has, there have been other variations of the pound for pound list that have been sent to me, and I think they're all very good. I just like mine the best so far, but I'm not a mathematician. I'm sure there's problems with, not problems necessarily, but I'm sure it could be done better. It definitely could be done better if we happen to keep like exit velocity numbers from every hit back in, from the early 1900s on. And by the way, my list is from players from 1905 on. So it doesn't factor in the guys before 1905, but I think that's okay with most of you. Um, so here we are at um, number 13, Mickey Mantle. So let's take a look at his swing. Mantle had this thing where he really didn't have a whole lot of bat movement prior to the forward swing. He just kind of kept it there. And that can be a good way to just present the barrel into the zone rather early. I believe Ralph Kiner did a move that was similar to this, where there's really not much movement, just kind of keeps it right there and then starts into the forward swing. Here you can see he's very well connected. I like any time a player is capable of a lot of connection. That tells me that he's having very little back arm dominance in the hit, and very much is being controlled more by the lead side pull action. Another thing that I like is right here, you'll see I don't like the skank move where you're snapping it back really hard, but I do like, as you're getting some front humerus compression, I like for the wrist to roll the bat onto a flatter plane. That's what Mantle does very well, and that's actually really important. And there you can see, so I think that that's what I give Skank a lot of credit, for seeing that is a key move, the flattening of the barrel. I just don't think he gets it right. It has to happen in conjunction with feeling the upper lead side stretch and contract. They call it the stretch shortening cycle, when a muscle gets stretched and then fires. Well, that should happen with the lead side, and then basically right afterwards, or even you could think of it at the same time, you want to roll the wrist so the bat gets on a flatter plane. It's basically like doing this movement here, where you're just kind of rolling him onto a flatter plane. And there you can see, look at the back arm and bat, how long they're in alignment. And just a complete swing. This is something that is very old school. This complete swing all the way around. I mean, Ruth would be facing the stands behind him, behind the catcher, when he was done swinging a lot of times. And there you can see again, let's take a look at that. Now look at it as his front humerus compresses. Look at the barrel drops flat. If you guys feel that simultaneously, that it doesn't matter so much that you have a whole lot of movement, but once that front shoulder compresses and basically stretches, you should be rolling that bat onto a flatter plane. Most guys do it the opposite. They roll it this way. They go back this way, and then it gets kind of steep. Instead, roll it flat. It feels unnatural, especially if you're used to rolling it more steep. There you can see again a very connected position. That looked like it could have been the same swing. I don't know. Maybe I had the same swing back to back there. Sometime in this, so this is like notice he's just dropping onto the front side pretty much. He has weight on that back leg and he's just kind of dropping onto the front side. It's at this time, this is what I refer to as the slow portion of the forward swing. And he's still in it here, just letting the barrel just drop. And now that his front foot has landed, he's going to use that energy that the front foot landed with and now perform what I kind of refer to as the second swing. And now he's going to send a pulse of energy up using that ground that he's now connected to with that front leg, and then just kind of send it up and through his hips and rotate hard. So that first action is just a fall forward, and it's at that time that you should start to feel that front humerus compression, the stretching of that upper front side as the barrel starts to flatten. And then once it's nice and flat, about right here, this is when he sends the pulse of energy up his body to send the bat through the zone with force. There's the fall. And notice the barrel's starting to flatten as he's falling. He's still not really connected with that front leg. Now he is. And he's got the bat on a nice flat plane there. And he's ready to thrust his body into it. Beautiful connected position there at contact. And again, a complete swing all the way to as around as he can go. Let's take a look at that move again. Barrel flattens. Now he's connected with that front leg, and he's going to send a lot of energy in up through his body to deliver the bat through contact. Here's another good view of it. Look at how he kind of strided and stepped open. Falling forward. Still falling forward. Barrel's kind of flattening out there. Now he's going to send the energy up his body. There you go. This is back when they didn't have all these rules for positioning, and instructing the swing. And guys, they did, this is not something you see a lot where the back knee is basically on the ground from today's hitters. But I like the fact that he's doing just what is really necessary. And then other than that, he's allowed to move outside what is conventional in any way that he wants to. And I think that that's important. And that's what's missing a lot in today's instruction is they're coaching so many inconsequential movements into players' swings. And so they're not capable of doing the important things in their own way. falling forward, barrel flattening. Look at that front humerus compression. Now he's going to, from here, he's going to send that energy up his body and swing real hard through contact. So again, as you're falling forward, feel that front humerus start to stretch. Now he's landed, barrel's flattened, and he brings it around. He's got a really long stride there. There you can see. Now this is where he's feeling the stretch in the lead shoulder and the barrel's flattening. And that's just when the front leg starts to land and then push upwards and bring energy up again for what I call the second part of the swing. So right here, now he's poised at this point, barrel's dropped flat, front humerus has started its compression, and now he's going to send a lot of energy up through his body. There he's reaching out. This is another thing that is not seen in today's hitters, the ability to just kind of reach out and hit the ball. You can still hit the ball really hard reaching out like this. But look at how he's able to move his torso forward to go and get that ball. So many guys today are just hanging back. I don't think that's good for power, and I don't think it's good for consistency. Can it work for a guy who's 6'5", 250 plus pounds? It can, but it's still not ideal for him. This is kind of cool. This is Mantle beating out a ground ball to second base. It's pretty crazy. Bo Jackson did that. We all know Bo Jackson's first hit in the major leagues. This is a good video of Mantle. It's just a slight flattening of that barrel that you see right there. He's falling forward. He's got that flattening action just right there. Flatten as the front humerus starts to compress. And now he's in a beautiful position here. He's just going to, again, send that pulse of energy. The real power in the swing is when that front leg hits, and then it straightens out and kind of rotates him around. Barrel flattening, front humerus compressing. Now he's going to send that energy fast through his body and swing hard. Here's lefty from above. Again, doesn't move a lot prior to the forward swing, just kind of keeps the bat right there. There you can see, though, it's dropping flat and then sends it. He was very connected at contact, using mostly body rotation to hit it. Flattening action of the barrel right there. Nice and connected there at contact. Good look at the flattening action of the barrel. Oh, this is something that I thought was interesting that he said. Let's take a listen.
Every time I come up, I was trying for a home run. I love to see it go a long ways, you know. I never did just try to hit a single or something.
So there you go. I mean, it's popular these days to, now I don't necessarily say go for a home run, but you can. If you have a good swing, that's a good mentality to have. It's just that people with bad swings don't do well with that mentality because they have bad swings. So it's been spread that you shouldn't go for home runs. But a lot of the greatest hitters of all time went for home runs. We know Babe Ruth did. Mickey Mantle obviously did. Now, I don't necessarily say go for home runs, only because I don't like the idea of trying to place the ball in any particular area, whether it's a fly ball or a ground ball or a line drive or right field or left field. I don't really like to think like that. I think that's too much to think about, really. I like to just say hit the ball hard, however you need to do it. And that's kind of the mentality that I would like to instill in hitters. But it's just interesting the way conventional instruction has just almost looked at that as such a negative to not just go for contact, but to actually try to hit the ball as hard as you possibly can. I think that's a good thing. I think it's the right mentality. It keeps you on offense, and when we're hitting, we are on offense. I just don't like the real defensive mentality. But first things first, get a good swing, right? None of this matters if you don't have a good swing. And the key move in the swing is that very first start of the forward action. Allow yourself to fall forward, feel that front humerus compression as the barrel drops flat. If you get that right, it's going to be natural for you to do the rest right. I mean, it's natural if you do all that to then sort of squat on that front leg a little bit as you stride forward and then complete the swing with the barrel dropped on a nice flat plane. But if you come from up here, if you get that first part wrong and you're firing out with your hands, you've already gone on track to have a very handsy swing. So it's right at that very first part of the forward swing where everything is kind of set into motion. So anyways, that's all for this week. Thank you guys for watching. Check out theswingmechanic.com for more. You can get my lead arm training bat as well as the Swing Like Griffey book, and I do have them in physical form now, so check it out at theswingmechanic.com. I appreciate everyone's support, and I'll see you in the next video.